So what is the number one rule when coaching to motivate? Before we get to that, let's talk about the number one mistake we as leaders can often make when trying to motivate people. What we tend to do is motivate on our terms and our belief systems. Think about it. What do we typically do? We lead with phrases such as, "If I were you, I would," or "When I was in your position, what really motivated me was," and we fill in the blank. Our motivation levels are not equivalent to our employees' motivation levels. So the number one rule when motivating people, especially in the workplace, is to understand how they're motivated. Also to understand what motivates them. So in the book, The Progress Principle, one of the best books I've ever read, they talk about a concept of extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation. Let me explain. Someone who is extrinsically motivated looks at their present situation as a platform or a stepping stone to something in the future. Now, somebody who's intrinsically motivated is somebody who loves what they're doing and they're motivated by what they are doing. Let me give you a brief example of where not understanding this can create a huge mistake. When we were working with a financial services firm in the Midwest, they, being our client, had this very strong promote from within concept, very giving, very dedicated to employees. But something interesting started to occur. They really were very strong-minded about doing this, about promoting from within. And the leadership team was really taught to promote this. And what it did is it disabled people from speaking up, meaning individual contributors, the employees. So we ended up promoting about 100 people inside of about 2 years into management positions. We could tell there was a discord. And what we found out in a survey is that 45% of the people promoted did not want to go into people management. They saw the challenges, the struggles, it just didn't turn them on. So what we did as an organization, and I'm speaking for my client, is we did a very noble thing. We rewarded people. But because of that lack of motivation, guess what happened? We ended up promoting people where they didn't want to be promoted. 45% of the people promoted were intrinsically motivated. They were okay not managing. They were actually okay not being promoted. So first of all, ask people, what motivates you? Extrinsic, ask them, how do you see your current position? Do you see this as something that you could enjoy for a while? Do you see it as a stepping stone to something greater? And if so, what does that greater situation look like? If we understand what motivates people and how they're motivated, you're going to be in a better position not only to develop, but also to retain top talent.